Especially coming on a short week right now. I think we're in really good shape. Marcus practiced great today. Barrett Burns practiced really good. There's a couple guys on defense that didn't go today, but they're going to go. They'll be fine Thursday night. But I think overall, it's probably the healthiest we've been in probably 5 weeks. So we're finally getting a lot of these guys back, and hopefully these guys will be ready to go Thursday night.
Georgia Southern's about as big in those kind of A-B gap areas with those two tackles as you're going to see all year. What's the thought process in trying to get control of them up front?
Yeah, they do a really good job of controlling their gaps. You're not going to move with those guys. We got to get in some formations to try to help us out in the running game. We understand that it's hard to run a football with all those guys in there, and maybe try to attack some of the edges a little bit more. But we got to hit our passes like we did last week. They're going to try to come down and stop the run like most teams do. I thought our receivers played their best game last week, and we got to kind of continue that momentum that we had last week throwing the football.
The stats bear it out. The coach Summer said that they've been throwing the ball a little bit more the last 3 weeks or so. As you try to prepare for what Georgia Southern does that enter your mindset at all?
Well, it's a little bit harder to prepare. There's a new quarterback came in last week as well who threw the football a little bit more. They've been, I guess now, I got 3 quarterbacks maybe they're going to play with, and they all have different skill sets. And we know they got some guys that can run. The running backs, they got stable guys at running backs that can really fly. Receivers have been shown to make some plays this year as well. Maybe catching a short pass and they can take it to the house. I mean, they got great speed, great team speed. So our defense will have their hands full trying to contain the multiple things they do offensively.
As far as their passing game goes, they really like to use the running backs a lot. You had a couple plays last week against Idaho where we had a couple of guys get loose.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's some sensitivity to that. But what is the main discipline that you've got to maintain to make sure you contain this?
Well, I mean, I think number one, you got to have your eyes have to be in the right place. I think if you're looking around and the quarterback's faking here, and then you're trying to go chase the quarterback, but there goes the running back. That was your guy. You can get in trouble that way. We got to stay with our guys that if we're supposed to have them. If we're playing zone, then you got to have great eye discipline as well to sit in your zone and see what's coming your way. I think against this team here, especially the way they run the option and all that, you got to have your good gaps, integrity, and be where you're supposed to be. And I'll tell you, above all, we got to tackle well this game. I mean, these guys are going to be in space, having to tackle these backs and receivers and quarterbacks, and we're going to have to tackle as good as we've tackled all year.